What is up, guys? Welcome back to another episode of Masapan Futbolero, and we're out of the World Cup. And I don't know how to explain this, but it's really hard to take it in. It really hurts. This really hurts a lot. I don't really know how to start this, but if you like the video, make sure you hit the like button, subscribe if you're enjoying the content, and don't forget to hit the bell notification icon so you won't miss a thing. And let's just dive into this. We were the better team. We were the better team, no doubt. If you would ask an England fan, then they would probably agree that Mexico was the better team. Like the first 30 minutes of the game, we held down. We held them down. We could have been 1-0 up. We could have been 2-0 up, but then just mistakes at the back punished us. Jude Bellingham wide open, no one marking him. Then the second goal from Gilberto Mora, it was kind of harsh. I can't blame Mora. I can't blame the kid. He's only 17. It would be really harsh for me to blame Mora from losing the ball. And like our own defense was like all over the place, and Bellingham just converts it. And then we had hope. We had hope. Quinones scoring again. 4 goals for Quinones. This man deserves to go to Europe. And we could have easily tied the game before halftime, but second half, I believe the red card came in, and then yeah, the red card came in. England got a red card. Kwanzaa got a red card, and like the pressure was on England. And then out of nowhere, we concede a penalty kick, and then obviously Harry Kane stepped it up and scored. Tala almost guessed it. He almost got the ball, but it was too powerful. At that moment, I conceded the fact that we were gonna get knocked out, and I think pretty much England kind of relaxed a bit because since they were down to 10 players, Mexico had that spirit to maybe to get 2 more goals, and we eventually got that from a penalty converted by Raul Jimenez. Pickford almost saved it, um, and then from then on, I had that faith, I had that belief for that we could come back, maybe send it to extra time. But and then we were the better team overall. We were the better team. We had like 15 shots, 5 on target. England only had 5 shots, 4 on target, and they converted 3. Like Mexico was the better team. They were the better team. England were just pecho frios all over the place. They were just playing dead ball at the back, and it wasn't meant to be. Once again, we got eliminated in the round of 16. This time we couldn't get past the quarterfinals like the past 2 World Cups that we hosted, and we officially lost our first game at the Azteca in a World Cup, and the first one since 2013 against Honduras in the Aztecaso, um, which is another painful record for us. But congrats to England for going through. Now they'll face up Norway in the quarterfinals, who just eliminated Brazil, which is insane. And I thought this was it. This was it. If there was a team to maybe get, that spirit, that ganas, it would be England, but it wasn't meant to be. But I'm really proud of the guys. I'm really proud of the guys that balled out, the 26-man roster that balled out throughout this World Cup. From start to finish, I really wanted more. I really wanted more. This was the last game in at the Estadio Azteca. Now that the World Cup will focus in the U.S., there is one more game outside the U.S., which is the Switzerland Colombia game in Vancouver. So this is officially the last game for Mexico, and I just want to say thank you for the 3 cities that hosted this World Cup: Monterrey, Guadalajara, and then obviously Mexico City, the Estadio Azteca, for organizing this World Cup. I never ever witnessed the World Cup in home soil, I could just relate. Just my grandfather, from my dad's side of the family, lived the 1970 World Cup, and then my dad lived the 1986 World Cup, where we actually won a knockout game and reached the quinto partido. And then, you know, finally, the day that the World Cup comes back in our home soil, I got to witness history. We won first first time ever in history. We won 3 games, 3 group games, 9 points out of 9, and obviously the game against Ecuador, we finally won a knockout game that I got to witness. Ever since my first World Cup in 2006, it was nothing but round of 16s. Round of 16 against Argentina. Round of 16 against Argentina again in 2010. Round of 16 against the Netherlands, where that was the moment. But then Hora Penal happened, and I cried that day a lot because it was meant to be our year. Um, then 2018, round of 16 again against Brazil, and then the last World Cup, Qatar, was a fracaso. We didn't even make it to the cuarto partido. And this World Cup having an extra round really kills the vibe, I guess, because you have to go through the round of 32 and then the round of 16, which is the fifth game. But then the goal was to get to the quarterfinals. But of course, England had to get in the way. But I'm just proud of these guys for balling out, for making the country proud. Um, no se pudo. It wasn't meant to be. And I think this will be my last World Cup video. I don't think I'm gonna cover the rest of the games or stream them, but I will just like post some shorts on who I think is gonna win the whole thing. Um, but I know Liga MX is just around the corner, like 2 to 3 weeks. It's like literally the day before the World Cup final. So that's something to look out for. Uh, I'll do my like preview predictions to the whole thing. Um, all you have to do is just subscribe and hit the bell notification icon. I think I'm gonna pick top 3 players from this game. I'm gonna say number 3. I think I'm gonna go with Julian Quinones. Julian Quinones as no, actually, sorry, no. Quinones. I'm gonna put Quinones as my number 1 top player because he had an amazing World Cup. 4 goals. Like, after balling out back-to-back seasons for in the Saudi league, this man deserves a lot of praise. Um, I think I could see him making the move to Europe, but that's frankly impossible since I think he extended his contract. But shout out to Quinones for being our best player in the World Cup. Number 2, I'm gonna go with Eric Lira, El Pitbull, because he is a beast in that CDM. He started pretty much all of our World Cup games, aside from our last group game. And it turns out that he will make the move to Europe. I think he's making the move to La Liga, but we don't know what team, or it's somewhere in Europe. But he deserves a lot. Liga MX champion with Cruz Azul, Conca champions with Cruz Azul. He's the captain of Cruz Azul. But after this World Cup, he's going to Europe. So really, really good for him. For Eric Lira, he's my second pick. My third pick will probably be maybe, I don't know. I can't think of someone. Maybe Raul Jimenez, I guess. He was all over the place. He could have had 5 goals. 5 goals. He could have had 5 goals in this game, but it was one of those nights that the ball wouldn't go in, and he had to bail himself out from a penalty. But yeah, it wasn't meant to be. And then obviously when the final whistle blew, I obviously didn't cry. But then when it panned out to the players, like Hormiga Gonzalez crying, Israel Reyes crying. I'm like, come on, like don't make me cry, man. And then when the camera panned out to Memo Ochoa and seeing him cry, it hurt me a lot. It broke my heart because I've ever since Memo Ochoa started his career in 2004, And then 2006 when he got called up for the World Cup. That was the first World Cup I got to watch with La Selección. And obviously it moved to 2010 World Cup where he was supposed to start, but then it ended up being Conejo Perez. Um, it was just devastated to see that he didn't get to play in that World Cup. I know I got to see him in a bunch of ads, a bunch of commercial ads out there, but 2014. Thank you for that amazing game against Brazil in 2014. Thank you for that game against Germany in 2018. And then once again, thank you for those moments against in Qatar, even though it was like the darkest days of Mexico, for saving that penalty against Lewandowski. And then obviously in this cycle, he didn't do much because he was just out of the picture. But I'm really happy that he was in this World Cup squad to make history and to play one more game for la selección. So I want to say gracias Memo Ochoa por todo. Thank you, and we will miss you, Ochoa. It will be really weird seeing a World Cup without the curly hair with the headband. Um, but yeah, that's it for the video, guys. It's been a fun journey, and we'll have to wait 4 more years for the 2030 World Cup. But it doesn't end there. We have the next year. We have the Gold Cup, and we'll see where we'll go from here. Thank you guys for watching the video. Again, like the video, and if you enjoy the content, subscribe, and don't forget to hit the bell notification icon so you won't miss a thing. Stay cool, be cool, peace.